We are back with more Pokemon Draft League this week as we play Dell and his Edmonton Coilers in Week 4 of the BBR. We are currently 3-0 coming into this week, one of the best starts I have had to a Draft League in a long time. Dell is currently at the other end of the standings, currently sitting at 0-3, so this is an extremely important game for him to keep himself in the playoff race as we get to the midpoint of the season. Has a very powerful 1-2 punch of Palafin and Speed Boost Blaziken, which will make it difficult for us to go 4-0 to start our season. If you are excited for today's BBR Draft League battle, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Our goal is 1,000 subscribers this year, and every subscription helps a ton towards hitting that goal. Our team remains unchanged, consisting of Meowscarada, Iron Hands, Volcarona, Screamtail, Landorus Incarnate, Blastoise, Dragonite, Registeel, and Bruxish. Dell's team consists of Palafin, Blaziken, Archaludon, Thundurus, Shaman, Pheasantipede, Crocodile, Meloetta, and Rotom. Palafin and Blaziken are a very powerful core at the top of Dell's team, in combination doing a lot of work to overwhelm most teams' ability to answer them with defensive checks. Our team is no different, as Swords Dance Blaziken can quickly dispatch of most of our team with the combination of Flare Blitz and Close Combat at +2. Choice Band or Bulk Up Palafin creates a similar situation, forcing Haze or Rocky Helmet Chip to put it in range of something else on our team. Luckily for us, our team has the perfect answer to these Pokemon, which we will get into in the team builder. Archaludon is another Pokemon on Dell's team that provides great utility in this matchup. While most often you will use it as a way to get up Stealth Rocks, it is able to come in freely on a lot of our defensive Pokemon like Screamtail and Blastoise, setting up for powerful Draco Meteor turns. Our Steel Breakers and Landorus and Volcarona are unable to switch into this Pokemon, meaning we will need to heavily rely on Iron Hands to dispatch of this Pokemon early before it can create too many problematic turns for crucial Palafin and Blaziken answers. My key to this game is going to be Landorus Incarnate, as Dell's ground resists are able to be accounted for with other coverage fairly easily. Shaman and Thundurus have to contend with taking Life Orb Sludge Wave, and Rotom can be covered by Crunch after some chip damage. While this is an extremely problematic set of turn sequences for Dell, this will allow him free turns for his Palafin, so we're going to need to bring multiple Pokemon that can handle Palafin into the long game to make sure this game plan of using Landorus can be executed well. Our lead this week is Volcarona, leveraging Choice Specs to deal massive damage to any of Dell's Pokemon off lead. Because we are not running heavy duty boots, we get to take advantage of the Swarm ability this week, as we guarantee Swarm range after 2 hits of Stealth Rocks. This gives us a very powerful Bug Buzz into the mid to late game, not having to rely on hitting Overheat or dropping our special attack. Giga Drain gives us generic grass coverage, and then Psychic rounds out the coverage suite for this Pokemon, but we're primarily going to be clicking Overheat and Bug Buzz with this Choice Specs Volcarona. The key to this matchup defensively is going to be our Bruxish, one of the best answers in Paldea decks to Palafin. Dazzling gives us immunity to Jet Punch, forcing Dell to click Wave Crash, getting chip damage on that Pokemon over time. Colbur Berry allows us to use Bruxish to check Blaziken as well, ensuring we live +2 knockoff, killing with the Psychic Fangs in return. Super Fang gives us a good neutral click into his whole team, getting key damage on a Pokemon like Archaludon that might switch in, opening it up for our other threats. Flip Turn gives us momentum, and Aqua Jet allows us to deal priority damage to Blaziken if we have been chipped low by a Palafin in the early game. Meowscarada is ever present on this team, coming once again to provide both entry hazards and a powerful stab moves. We are running Expert Belt this week to allow us to 2-hit KO, especially defensive Archaludon with Low Kick, a switch that Dell could use to get that Pokemon in more frequently. We bring Spikes over U-Turn this week, giving us an additional way to punish the Archaludon, Pheasantipede, and Shaman that choose to not run heavy-duty boots. Knockoff and Flower Trick provide powerful attacking options in addition to Low Kick, and we are running 160 speed with a Jolly Nature due to Dell's fastest Pokemon being Thundurus at 111 base speed. This allows us to run extra bulk to take more Jet Punches from Palafin, as well as attacks in other situations where we might want to get aggressive. As mentioned in the matchup portion, Landorus is going to be one of our keys to victory in this matchup, as Dell's counterplay is very limited. His only ground resist can be 2-hit KO'd by aggressive Sludge Wave plus Crunch turns, forcing him into tough positions early with his Thundurus and Rotom. U-Turn gives us a momentum option if we want to lower risk on one of these potential 50-50s, but otherwise, we are just going to be clicking powerful Life Orb Earth Power into Dell's team, as he has no long-term answer to this once the Thundurus and Rotom go down. At this point, there isn't much more I can say about Assault Fest Iron Hands that hasn't already been said. This is our main way to manage the Archaludon and Shaman, with 32 HP and 84 Spit FEVs, always living 2 Modest Choice Spec Seed Flares or Earth Powers from Shaman, and taking all Archaludon hits very comfortably. Drain Punch is our main coverage move for Archaludon, prioritizing gaining HP back to then leverage it against Palafin in the endgame if the situation calls for it. Ice Punch gives us coverage against Shaman, always to a KOing max HP with 140 attack EVs and an adamant nature. Volt Switch gives us a momentum move, allowing us to take advantage of defensive Serendipity to get in our Landorus for free. Thunder Punch is the final slot as a way to kill Palafin in the endgame if we have Iron Hands at over half health, which allows us to live basically all wave crashes. Rocky Helmet Screamtail rounds out the team as a part of our multiple Pokemon approach to managing both Palafin and Blaziken. Wish is crucial in this game, allowing us to wish up after taking powerful wave crashes or flare blitzes from these respective threats. While Spikes is the main hazard we are going to be getting up, we find room for Stealth Rocks here on our Screamtail, giving us an additional hazard to pressure Pokemon like the Serendipity and the Archaludon. Psychic gives us a coverage move to hit Blaziken, making sure it is in range of Bruxious' Aqua Jet after it kills us. Ice Beam is our final coverage move to KOing Thundurus after Stealth Rocks, giving us a way to pressure that Pokemon if it tries to be a setup threat. And that is our team for week number 4 of the BBR. Shout out to Kaz and Obo for all of the build and the mock support this week. Enough of that, let's get right into the battle. So we're in the battle here against Dal, and he has elected to not bring his Mega Blaziken, which is kind of interesting, to be honest. I think it had a pretty good matchup here, and a lot of the times that mocks were a little bit difficult were because of the, not the Mega Blaziken, this B-Boost Blaziken. So he doesn't bring it, which, maybe unfortunate, I don't know, kind of up to your own decision. We're leading off with Volcarona, and we're dropping a Specs Overheat frame 1 against anything that he wants to do. He can lead Palafin if he wants. I kind of expect the Palafin or Crocodile lead. Our plan is still to overheat turn 1 against either of those Pokemon. I just don't see a world where he flip turns and risks a burn on Volcarona turn 1, even though we are Swarm this week. We're Swarm because we can take advantage of the Rocks damage to get a powerful Bug Buzz off in that mid-game. So good luck, have fun to Dell, and let's get right into it. It is a big Palafin lead here early. I mean, like, I don't want to change the game plan. This is the game plan. It's just to click overheat. Like, I just don't see a world where you risk this. You know what I mean? Like, what would our other option be? Would be to go into this. We don't need HP on this. We can live any flip turn. I'm just overheating. There's no way you stay in. There's crazy stay in. I guess, all right, that actually, you know what? Okay. Instead of, providing, instead of getting all whatever, we do learn some interesting information that this is not choice band. This is not choice banded. This is probably just adamant. It's probably just regular adamant, which means this is probably a setup. This is realistically probably just set up, what's it called? Palafin. Or not set up Palafin. What is this type of Palafin? Maybe boots or something? So that's a big thing to note. No Mystic Water, no choice band. Kind of unfortunate that we took that damage. That means when rocks get up, we will not be able to come in again, which means we're going to have to kind of get our value here and get out. But hey, Specs Overheat. Hey, this person, yeah, Serendipity is not going to want to take this one. This is going to do a lot of damage. That looks to be in the mixed range, and the leftovers is going to pull it out of range, unfortunately. So, yeah, like if I look at the Serendipity kind of pivot calcs, there's definitely some Spit F investment here, which means we definitely can't stay in and get a kill. So I think what I want to do here is get really aggressive and just go into Landorus on this turn. Either, a U-turn could come out, we could see a Gunk Shot possibility, or just a Roost. And then if we do go for the Roost, then we can go for either a U-turn or a Sludge Wave, getting really aggressive, just trying to put as much pressure on Dell's team as possible in this situation. Preserver of Volcarona as a sack for later, as Lando is a really good Pokemon to bring in this situation against the Serendipity. So, get the switch out here. We know that this is Spit F now, to a certain degree, and then we get our Landorus in. We see a Poison Jab. That's going to do a little bit of damage, not a lot. Really want to not get poisoned here. No poison's huge. No poison's huge. That's massive for this turn. So at this point, I kind of just want to go for the Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave is a really aggressive play here, but I don't think he can stay in and risk the Earth Power. And his most likely switch in to prevent this is something like the Thunderous, just to get really aggressive. Or he can go into Rotom, and then we have Crunch for Rotom. So I'm just going to go for the Sludge Wave, get as much damage as possible. He does switch out, that's perfect. Would really like to hit that Thunderous. G7 Boston is crazy. Okay, I see what we're cooking here. Okay. We may or may not be cooking some Leaf memes here, is what it looks like. Big Sludge Wave, that's some good damage here. Thunderous can't really touch this guy also. Realistically, there's not much that Thunderous can do. And one of the nice things about this turn sequence is we did not get poison, so we actually kind of can freely just go for the Sludge Wave here. I'm not really concerned about anything that Dell might want to do here. Yeah, let's just get a kill here. Let's just take this Sludge Wave out. He just goes for the Psychic. We're going to take that very, very well here. Yeah, perfect. Spit F drop doesn't really matter. We're going to pick up a Sludge Wave kill here with the Landorus though, and that means there is no ground resist. Oh, there is a Rotom, but that is a Pokemon that, as long as we know it's not Choice Scarf, that we can just crunch and kill. So not really concerned too much about that one. So good turn early on to put massive pressure, and in comes the Palafin. But little does Dell know that he's about to get packed up by the GOAT, Bruxish. This is the ultimate Palafin answer. What does Palafin have for a well-played Bruxish? That's what I want to know. And the answer is it's got nothing for this Bruxish. One thing that's also nice about this situation with Bruxish is because there is no Blaziken, this is also another Blaziken answer as well, is we can just use it for this Palafin and not really have to worry at all about the HP. So let's see. I hope he Jet Punches into the Dazzling. That'd be super funny. And then we get a free Super Fang off. Alright, he goes for the flip turn. We take a little bit of damage. We can kind of maybe judge the rest of the set off of this. I mean, it's just Adamant, right? Like, there's nothing... Yeah, it looks to just be Adamant. Probably Boots then, or maybe, you know what, actually, one thing that actually comes to mind here is potentially some sort of Rindoberry Acro set. That's a set that I ran last season in the BBR with my own Palafin as a way to trap Ogerpon Wellspring in a game, and that might be something that he looks to do here. Okay, these are just actually Leaf memes. So in comes David Ayers, the emergency goalie that beat the Leafs when they last played, which is super funny. At this point, I kind of expect him to just get up his rocks, so I want to see if he gives me an opportunity to get one last little bit of value out of my Volcarona. I think he probably wants to get up those rocks because it's going to be it kills the Volcarona and then puts pressure on the rest of my team. So he could Draco. That's obviously a possibility. Iron Hands would be a good play to go into that, and we're just going to lose our Volcarona here. A little bit unfortunate. Obviously, I would have liked to have kept this Pokemon if at all possible, but I kind of really expected that rocks to come out there to kind of prevent that from happening. So really want to get that opportunity. Now here, I mean, you just bring the Lando back out. No? It's Lando time? Yeah, we're bringing out Lando. We're threatening this Earth Power. This Earth Power is doing a metric ton of damage. And there's no way he stays in. The question is what does he want to go into? And I think the only thing he can go into right here is the Rotom. To get really aggressive. I mean, he can't stay in. He's at what, -2? Like, -2's doing nothing to me. I mean, he's just gonna die if he takes this. I guess I could U-turn just to be like very, very safe. But I probably should just crunch and claim that Rotom. I'm just gonna crunch and claim the Rotom. I think he's gonna get aggressive and go into it. I guess I have been really aggressive every turn of this game, so maybe this is a little bit excessive to continue to put him under this massive pressure. But yeah, this could be a little bit of a turning point moment. He is going to withdraw. Okay, perfect. I had a little bit of apprehension there. And he goes into second round. I think we have seen this Pokemon before. He does just go into the Pheasantipity, interestingly enough. So he does mid-ground that a little bit as we do go for the crunch. Unfortunately, the second crunch is not going to be able to kill. But if we go at Spit F Pheasantipity, do we actually have a chance to kill this with Sludge Wave, which would be super nice. Really not going to look, really doesn't look likely here. So I think what we want to do is just go for the U-turn. The U-turn is very safe here, very, very passive, but I guess if he goes Rotom, do I even care? Or do I just claim my kill with Earth Power? I mean, he's probably scouting for it. I think I'm just going to U-turn here just to be safe. Wow, he is going to stay in. Okay, good play on Del's part to stay in. So we're probably going to expect to see a U-turn come out here. Probably should have taken my spot there instead of trying to be, you know, try to super overpredict the entire game, because that's obviously going to, you know, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. Now, one thing that's nice actually is our, what is it called? Our Scream Deal's a little bit more expendable in this game. I do think a U-turn is probably the most likely course of action to come out here. That does invite in the Archaludon, which is not great. I think I probably just go... Not taking the kill on this was kind of a mistake. I think I was fine with the free turn for Rotom, and I should have just killed the Pheasantipede here. How do I want to approach this now? I don't expect to play rough here. I think play rough would be... Though I think I'm just going to go into Screamtail. I do have HP to burn on this Pokemon now that there's no Blaziken. And I do want to keep my Iron Hands as much as possible. Okay. So we do see the Roost. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate to see for me there. Really overplayed that one when I probably didn't need to. I could have just taken my kill. Question is, I do expect that Poison move to come out now. Now I've put myself in a really, really bad spot, because the Pheasantipede just gets Poison jabbed for free here. Just not a good turn sequence, honestly, for me. He's lost that turn. That turn really puts me behind. I guess I could Psychic. Psychic does kind of give me an option. I'm just going to Psychic. I think Psychic... Wow, he actually switches here. I don't think he goes into something like Crocodile. Oh, the Archaludon? Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, Archaludon's a really tough Pokemon for me to kind of switch into now. But I do have the stamina. The stamina is a little frustrating here, but I do have the Selfest Iron Hands here, which I can go into every time. I do expect the Flash Cannon to come out here. I really wish I had Volt Switch at this point. That might have been nice, but yeah, I think that not Earth Powering on that turn is probably a turn I'm going to regret at this point. I should have allowed him to go into Rotom, because I had a lot of good switch-ins to that in this game, but alas, we're here now. We're just going to play from here, and I think Flash Cannon most likely into our Assault Vest Iron Hands here, and then we get a pretty advantageous click after the fact, because it's going to do, yeah. That did a amount of damage. Question here is, do I want to get aggressive? Like, I don't know. Like, the one thing I think he doesn't do here is go Crocodile. I think going Crocodile would be really, really bad. And I think he probably has to realize how valuable our Chaludon is in this spot. So I'm just going to Volt Switch. I mean, if he stays in and attacks, then I would be extremely surprised, but he doesn't. So we're probably going to see a new moment. Phil Kessel. I don't know why this is not a hate name. I love Phil Kessel. This is crazy. I love Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel's my guy. That's like one of my favorite players of all time. What do I go into here? Probably just the Meowscarada. No reason to get creative here. Meowscarada is just the best Pokemon to come in at this point. Even if he outspeeds, he's leftovers. Okay. Now at this point, I could get aggressive. And fucking, what's it called? Low kick. There's actually there's like no possible way you can stay in on this turn, right? Like, I actually have to, like, we have to be sensible about these turns. And like, our Chaludon is such a threat. And we know it's not Colbert, that like he just dies here straight up as defensive. So I'm gonna go for low kick. And if he stays in and calls me, then he stays in and calls me. But I actually don't think that's a play that he can possibly make on this turn, considering Rotom still has application. And keeps me guessing with Lando, because otherwise Lando has free reign to click on like half his team here. If he stays in Willows, he stays in Willows, but I don't think he can sack this Pokemon yet. Alright, I guess he's in my head. I gotta be smarter than that. I don't know how I feel about that play, because he just sacked that off. I guess he's allowing me to play into it, which is fine. I haven't clicked what's in front of me once this entire game, which might be my undoing, but I still have all of the tools I think I need to win this game, so I'm not concerned yet. I'm just gonna knock now. At this point, I might as well just knock. Get some value out of this turn. If he goes into our Chaludon, then I can just go right back into Iron Hands, and kind of get that same sequence going. But I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have. I just don't. I don't necessarily see the logic to sack Rotom there, considering it's so powerful against my Lando still. And that's one of the things that I'm still at least thankful for in this battle, is Lando is still very powerful here. Alright, well, we get the knockoff, and I guess that's probably why, is that it actually doesn't... Well, I guess with the Terra, it would have done a decent amount. Alright, so the one problem here now, is I'm not doing a lot of damage, and I kind of would like to save this Pokemon. So I think what I want to do is just maybe, I could go Screamtail to get my rocks up. Dude, do I just have to sack this Pokemon now? That's just so brutal if I do. I guess what other course of action do I have? I guess I could Flower Trick just to deal a lot of damage. Flower Trick actually can crit through and kill, so I'm just going to Flower Trick. Am I tripping? Like, what am I missing on the calc here? Yeah, I don't know. That was just a dumb click. Just completely lost this Pokemon for no reason. And now my Palafin answers are, like, kind of limited. I think I get a Spike Up here, maybe? Yeah, I guess I can get a Spike Up here. It opened this... I mean, this turn opens up Lando really nicely, at least. So, yeah, let's get up a Spike. Spike will be really important here in this game. That gives me some kills. Some kill ranges on the rest of my team. Yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated about that turn, honestly. I guess Knock was so free on that specific turn, but I don't want to... I don't want to, like, kind of harp on that turn sequence by any means. And in comes Crocodile. So we do get a Spike Up, which is nice. He does get his Crocodile in. And maybe, I mean, even a Knock there would have been nice, but I don't know. Maybe he's trying to play to something else. Okay. The question here is we have difficult turn sequences here from now until from here until the end of the game to really figure out how, like, we can even play around this. I can go Screamtail here. Screamtail is actually really nice with the Ice Beam. And we do have the Rocky Helmet to pressure a knockoff. He has to be like Choice Band and Gunshot, which allows us a pretty free turn and gives us some actual critical information here if he is that. Protects against random Scale Shot sets, which could be threatening. And let's just get an Ice Beam off. If he goes for the Knock, that gives us the Rocky Helmet damage that we need here. And if he goes into something like the Pheasantipity, then we get a free turn into Lando. Alright, so we are going to outspeed, so this could be... This looks like a really bulky set. Oh my god. You know what? Hey. This game is something else, man. A classic Freeze Gambit to bail me out of this game. Why don't you? Oh my god. Pokemon is such a funny game. Whatever. I don't know what to say after getting a freeze like this. It feels so unjustified. And so, just so unrewarding after playing into me so well this game, to just get a freeze like that. Is that a crit too? No, that's just a high roll. Wow, and we're just gonna completely freeze out the Crocodile. Oh my god. You know what? This was truly a Pokemon game of all time. Dude, Screamtail is like picking up way too many kills for its own good in this season. For a Pokemon that's super passive, it's gonna like Mickey its way to like Kill Eater again somehow. So Screamtail somehow once again gets out of a situation unscathed. I don't know how that's really possible, but hey, look, we're here. We'll take it. I do need to keep this thing alive now, though. Now that I still have it, I need to keep it alive for Palafin, because Palafin is super threatening without Meowscarada here. I expect a Draco here. He's gonna double. Interesting. Probably double into Rotom, actually. Rotom double would be pretty fire here. There you go. That's a good double there, Dell. Dell's kind of getting in my head a little bit now here on these turns. Certainly playing well. Question now is, I think Iron Hands... I mean, I certainly can't stand and get this thing Willowed. Or can I? I mean, I still need this for the Archaludon, so I actually can't. As funny as that would be, I actually can't elect to make that move just right now. I could go into Lando. What are the calcs on Lando? Hex is doing... I could get really aggressive into Lando. I think Lando's nice here, but I think my way to win... You know what? I'm going to go Screamtail, actually. I think Screamtail... I would like this for Palafin still, but I really need the damage output of the Landorus still. The damage output of Landorus is going to be still very crucial here to this game. He's going to Pain Split. Wow, that would actually... I would have been a nice switch into Lando there, but... alas, it is what it is. This is just very, very defensive. Getting up rocks would be kind of nice here, but I don't actually think that's going to help in any of the situations that I have lined up for me. I think what I want to just do is go for the Wish, see if I can get some HP back on the Lando, because I can aggressively go into that Lando now, knowing this set. I guess, I'm calculating Hex, not Shadow Ball. I actually can with like 8 investment. I actually have, there's 2 rolls that kill here. I can get really aggressive and go into this. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of options here. Super frustrated with how this game's played out. I guess I need this. I guess I should get Rocks up maybe. Would Rocks be a good turn here? I'm just gonna Psychic. I'm just gonna put up damage on this thing and get the free switch into Lando. If he gives me the opportunity, he's just gonna Willow. Wow, really? Willow? Okay. Lando was so free there because I could just have Crunch on this set, on the Lando set. That's what I did. Well, Crunch would have been, I would have neutralized the Crunch, I guess. Oh man, dude, I'm all over the place right now with this whole turn sequence. At one point, do I just get aggressive in the Lando? Like, I think maybe I just like throw up another Wish, or just like, I can kind of sit in front of this forever. I'm gonna Psychic again and try to get more damage. He's gonna Shadow Ball. Okay, so he's still protecting against the Lando. Oh my god, is that a crit? No, that's just a high roll. I mean, I think I just pick up my kill here. Honestly, I think that's just my best play, is just to get my kill. Because after the burn, then I should be fine. And he doesn't have a great switch into this. And I still get at least 1 Rocky Helmet off on the Palafin. This game is just not gone the way I've expected it to at all. Just not even close to what I need. Oh my god, and it lives on 1! Wow, okay, wow. I guess that actually doesn't really matter too much. I can just U-turn off of this Pokemon for free. I guess that actually doesn't... Yeah, that doesn't change the turn sequences at all. I can just go into Lando here and just attack. Do I pick a move? What move do I pick? I guess I Crunch, just in case he goes into Archaladon. Alright, we picked this up. I would have liked to have picked this up kind of a different way, of course, but alas, that we're kind of left with the options that we have. This game has just gone from bad to worse, honestly. Well, in comes the Palafin. We expect a flip turn to come out here. But he's starting to pick up some spikes damage. Now, like, Iron Hands is looking pretty nice in this endgame. That's one thing to be mindful of here, is that Iron Hands endgame still looks pretty powerful here, especially where this is not choiced Palafin. He's just going to flip turn. He's just going to flip turn. I could flip turn myself here, depending on what he goes into. He's going to go into this. I still need to keep this around, because this is still a great answer to the Palafin, especially where it's taking spikes damage. I think I still go into my Iron Hands, because unless he makes an aggressive double into the Pheasantipity, I think I'm fine. And if he goes aggressive Pheasantipity, then I go right back into Landorus. And then he has no switch into Earth Power the rest of this game. He's going to Draco. That's going to do a little bit, but not a lot. Like, we're still in a really good spot here. Question is do I double here? Man, like, I've been picked apart by these doubles all game. But I think at this point, like, this is such a game-winning one if I get it. I guess I Volt Switch here to kind of optimize for that situation, don't I? I mean, there's no way you stay in and take a Drain Punch, right? You have Pheasantipity in the back for free, and you have such a good turn. I'm Volt Switching. Thank God. Okay, that's huge. That is huge. I think we're in a good spot now. I think... God. I let the nurse kind of get me a little bit this game. But we finally sequence a super, super good turn to get us back into this game. This Lando turn is starting to feel close to checkmate. Because now at this point I just don't have to predict, and I just get to pick up a kill. And that's kind of the sequence I get to go for the rest of this game. It's just pick up Earth Power kills. Alright, let's go for the Earth Power. Finally, we get to feel like we're making progress in this game. This game was way closer than I wanted it to be. What a stressful game of Pokemon. But he's got nothing for this. I mean, he could be spit up, I guess, but this is going to take 1,000,000 damage and probably just die. Goodbye, Pheasantipity. That's a crit. Oh my god, did that... There's no way this mattered, right? Bro, if this mattered, I might lose my mind. It might have. If it's full spit up, it might have. Oh, that's insane. What a game of Pokemon. What a risky game of Pokemon that I've been playing with myself here this whole time. Question here is, does he Jet Punch or just Flip Turn again? I mean, he has to Flip Turn, right? I mean, I still have the Dazzling guy in the back. What are the Iron Hand calcs here? Against Palafin. Wave Crash. I live Wave Crash here still. So I'm just going to go into this. So I do have the final turn. I do have a good final turn here. I think he's this Pokemon. He can start bulking up. He's just going to go for the Wave Crash here. It's going to do a little bit of damage, but I think we're okay with that. At this point, I think what I want to do is just go for... I should live another one. No, I don't actually live another one, but... I mean, Aquajet's doing no damage here. Does this give me an opportunity? Do any cows could open up for Drain Punch here? No, they don't. So I just Psychic Fangs. So I'm not going to live this, unfortunately. And I think we're at a 50-50 ball here. So I'm going to go into my Iron Hands. I mean, he could be Scarfed. Is he Choice Scarfed? The fact that the way that he brought it in makes me believe this might be Choice Scarfed. Dude, he might actually be Scarfed. Actually, this is a Drain Punch angle because of the recoil damage. Yeah, with recoil damage, this is actually just Drain Punch angle. So I think it's just Drain Punch, and if I Drain Punch this turn because of the recoil, he probably is Choice Scarf, actually. And I do live. Huge, 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 huge. And he has to Draco. He has to Draco to kill me, I'm pretty sure. That crit obviously didn't matter. I think, yeah, he has to Draco here to kill. Wow, that was... Talk about a stressful game. This has not been an easy... this has not been an easy first couple of weeks. When are we... bring back ADV. I can't be playing these, like, stressful offensive games anymore. I'm over this. I'm over this. Let me play ADV again. Come on, let's see what you got. He probably has to Draco here, I think. Given what his set could be. He could be Rocks. Yeah, he's got a Draco, and that should lock up the game. Because he should drop, and I should be able to pick up with an Earth Power. And, wow. Oh my god. What a game of Pokemon that was. That was not one for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Again, for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'm going to have a beer after that one. Holy shit. I don't know. I played, I think, probably my worst game all season in that game. I think I allowed Dell to kind of pick me off. Pick his spots. I think he played into me overplaying so much. And just, yeah, just a lot of inexcusable overplays, to be honest. But hey, we'll take that one. Big 1-0 win, and we go 4-0 on the season. It's been a while since we've taken a run to start a season like this. And next week we play against Matthew Drafts. I remember the name change. Matthew Drafts. And he's had a really good season. He's in the playoffs right now, going on strong. So, good game to Dell. We'll see you guys all next time. And as always, have a wonderful day.